With the universe dying all around her, will Wonder Woman be able to make one last great stand for love and peace? Well, let's hop into the pages of Future State Immortal Wonder Woman issue number 2 and find out. So then, this newest issue jumps even further along in the timeline than the first issue did. Diana is drifting around space, being chased after by the Undoing, the great all-encompassing heat death of the universe, a horrifying blackness that not only destroys everything it touches, but completely erases it too, like it never was, including the Earth. Diana reflects on her life in the last moments of Earth, saying that there was a lot even back then that she didn't quite understand, like how someone like Darkseid could be so evil and so petty that even with the heat death of the universe happening all around him, the evil tyrant of Apocalypse still took time out for one last showdown with a very elderly Superman. She also wonders what Superman must have thought in his final moments of life, when the Man of Steel, with nothing left to prove and no one left on a planet to save, still gave of himself fully completely if it meant saving Wonder Woman. Clark heroically sacrifices himself by taking Darkseid into the dying sun. But before he goes into that final good night, Clark gives up his cape to his beloved friend Diana, the final symbol of his Kryptonian heritage. Now another sad monument that Wonder Woman must carry with her through a dark and dying universe, as she herself is essentially one giant walking mausoleum now to the heroes of Earth. And believe it or not, if they're doing bad, the space heroes of the future are doing equally as bad. It seems that this great undoing has already made short work of the Legion of Superheroes, meaning that Wonder Woman is now officially the last of her kind several times over. The last Amazon, the last Earthling, the last of the Greek pantheon, and the last of the heroes. Still, despite these insurmountable odds though, Diana continues the only way she knows how, deeper and deeper into the dark void of space, looking for anyone who still might be alive. And indeed, she finds the last other sentient being in the universe aboard Brainiac's ship, but it's probably the last person she ever would have expected. It's the Spectre. Once the all-powerful embodiment of God's vengeance, the Spectre has been brought low. After all, there are no gods at the end of all things, and no people left to punish, making his existence one giant cruel joke, perhaps the cruelest joke. Now, Wonder Woman and the Spectre have never really seen eye to eye on anything before, but in this moment they end up forging this real melancholy connection, being the last two beings, the only people who can give each other company. Diana can see that the Spectre is in a great amount of pain, and again, in an act of sheer kindness, she does something that no one probably would have done, and that is, well, she sets the Spectre free with the power of the lasso of truth, essentially offering up a kind of mercy killing so he doesn't have to be all alone. Then again, it's debatable exactly how alive the Spectre is. The Spectre's last words while under the influence of the lasso of truth are especially chilling and poignant, saying that revenge is reactionary and that if he could have done it all over again, he would have been a very different person. Wow. With that deed done, Wonder Woman is officially 100% alone now against the Undoing and decides to meet her fate head-on. She reflects on the very long life she had and says that for many outsiders looking in, she seemed to live a life of contradiction, a goddess of war who was also an emissary of peace, a being of great power who held dominance in one hand and submission in the other, but these things were never really at odds with each other. For as anyone who knew Wonder Woman could tell you, she was a hoper, a dreamer, the sort of person who, well, when push comes to shove, could bring light back into the universe. And indeed, as this comic comes to a close, it's implied that Wonder Woman is able to bring one star back into the sky, which will no doubt lead to more, and perhaps the return of life in general. And so that was Future State Immortal Wonder Woman issue number 2, everybody, and wow, I was not expecting this book to go to the kind of places that it did. On one hand, it's a sad, melancholy little tale about the end of the universe, but on the other hand, it shows just how truly compassionate a character like Wonder Woman can be. Even at the end of the universe, she's still doing everything she can to try and help people. I like this kind of epic, cosmic flair for Wonder Woman. I wonder if it's something we're going to see in her series once Future State is done with. Naturally, too, I must mention the art by Jen Partel, which is a positive feast for the frickin' eyes on every single page. This may end up being one of the most beautiful comics I've read in all of 2021, and the year is still very fresh. The Nubia backup is also really good. I wish I had more time to cover it, but you should definitely check it out because it looks like Nubia is going to be getting her own spin-off series as well, which, you know, is definitely something to look forward to. Ultimately, I'd give this one a very positive 8 out of 10. I enjoyed where the story went. I loved getting this particular light shone on Diana, and it was fun, too, to have a future state book that was sure to have a beginning, middle, and end, and actually not end on a total downer despite the universe being destroyed and remade.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.